Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Game of Thrones. Oh kurňa, to jsem tak dlouho těšil, tak jo, jenom si potřebuji snížit kvalitu tady. Tak. A mě to tady nalezlo, ještě si otevřu chat. Tak jo, dámy a pánové, vítám vás u toho livestreamu, bude se tady dneska hrát Game of Thrones od Telltale Games. To je hra o hře o trůny, vole, prostě. To je do píči název, ty vole. Prostě, jak někdo... Prostě ten týpek, co to nazval, tak si myslel, že nebude nikdy žádná hra na tohleto, hej. Ale každopádně, je to Game of Thrones. What the fuck, každopádně. Jsem hrál prvních asi pak na 15 minut, abych si přesvědčil, že všechno jede v pohodě. A musím říct, že to je geniální. Jako, hele, jako ten seriál, sice animace, je to přece jenom Telltale Games, není to ty vole, nevím co, Bethesda, takže animace jako nečekejte nějak moc úžasný, jo. Ale každopádně, máme tady Game of Thrones. Takže tohle to je, nevím co to je. Tohle to taky nevím kdo je, ale tohle to určitě bude Sansa. A nebo si prostě vytvořili nějaký úplně charaktery, který tam prostě vůbec nejsou ani v těch Game of Thrones. A jen co tak bude točit kolem těch postav, co jsou v originálním Game of Thrones. Takže jo, čím ten stream ani nejde, WTF. Čekajte jenom vteřinku, je to tady asi nějak, jo dobrý, už to nebyl, dobrý, tak jo, jdeme na to. Takže změnit pozici, odstranit, ano, tak jo. Trošku spoiler, tak to. Tak jo, jdu hajzlu, tak jo. Začít, a tady Trion minister. Takový artní píčo. Už se na to těším jak svině, protože jelikož dnes teďka už se vydávají poslední, teďka už budou poslední 4 díly, čili do měsíce s Game of Thrones seriálem je konec už teda. Pokud to teda samozřejmě neřeknu ještě nějak jinak, což jako je ještě možný, že ještě. Protože oni to občas jakože docela rádi ještě mění jakože všecko, takže jo. Takže pro ty z vás, co vůbec nevědějí o co go, je to hra založená na seriálu Game of Thrones, většina to asi zná pod jménem Hra o trůny, když český názvy ty vole. Tak, Hrost forestů těží železné dříví v nejlepších zákoutích vlčího lesa. Severy rozerval válkami a soupeřením rodů, které využijí po železném dříví forestů. V těchto temných časech je osud rodů forestů nejistý. Samozřejmě už bude záznam, tohle je úplně celá epizoda, tak jo. Game of Thrones.
Kingslayer, Oathbreaker, brought to his knees by the men of the North.
Set free by the women.
Yes,
He done it himself the way he tells it. Lord Forester's sword won't clean itself, you know.
Tlustý Lord Forester, ten tlustý, okay.
Make sure it's spotless this time. Lord Forester won't be happy with blood and brains all.
Sorry, jsem ho trošku urychlil.
Now that is a proper sword.
I'll have one like it myself someday.
You'll never have a sword like that. I say that as a friend. And if we're being honest, you are just a squire.
I will. You'll see.
Of course, your lordship. After you take your rightful place on the Iron Throne.
I had a hand in it, you know. A hand in what? Capturing him.
He was nowhere near the Kingslayer at the Whispering Wood. He was so drunk he barely made it out of his tent. Next he'll tell us he caught Tyrion too.
So what really?
Someone caught him, I suppose. Ask any man here and they'll say it was them.
You captured the Kingslayer?
Aye. Well, I had a hand in it.
Aye. A hand round his ankle as 10 others took him down.
See? What did I tell you?
Brought him to his knees.
Lord Forester.
But not before he dragged you halfway across the battlefield on your face.
You're questioning Norrin's honor.
I'm questioning Norrin's story. It grows more far-fetched every time he tells it.
Get your liege lord some wine. Go on. It's your job.
Right, thanks.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Garrett. I'll do it. Norrin's family has faithfully served House Forrester for centuries. His honor is beyond reproach. House Tully is forever in his debt. You've never seen a field plowed so well as the day the Kingslayer dragged poor Norrin across the battlefield. Fetch your cup. Tonight we celebrate. To Robb Stark, the king in the north!
Na sever!
Tomorrow, we march on Casterly Rock, and House Forrester has been given the greatest honor to lead the Young Wolf's army and ride as the vanguard!
The gods have favored us. Onward to Casterly Rock! Death to the Lannisters!
Iron from ice!
Got it.
Yes, my lord?
I need you to keep an eye out for Roderick. As his father, I could not be more proud of the man he's become. On a night like this, men find false courage at the bottom of their cups. I'd rather he were here.
Yes, my lord.
There's also the question of what's to be done with you. It's been on my mind for a while now. Something must be done.
With me, my lord?
You've served House Forrester well for several years now, but I can't expect you to squire forever. How shall I reward your loyalty? What can I offer you?
To bring honor to House Forrester, my lord.
You have more honor than those who were born to it. There were those who had their doubts when your uncle put forth your name as my squire. But you've erased those doubts entirely. It would be an honor to see you riding by Roderick's side in the vanguard tomorrow. Not as a squire, but as the equal of any man who serves House Forrester. It's well deserved, Garrett. Your hard work has paid off.
Thank you, my lord. I promise. I won't let you down.
That I don't doubt. But for now, keep this between us. We're celebrating tonight. I wouldn't want the other squires to feel discouraged.
Yes, my lord.
Now go, and find Roderick if you can.
I will, my lord. Thank you.
Tak jo, zřejmě vás to ještě všecky, nebudu to mluvit do cutscene, protože, že jo, je to telltale.
Squire, fetch us more wine.
Can you give me a hand? Come on, make it up to you.
Fine, but you owe me.
Oh, you? I've been a squire longer than you have. I outrank you.
Jinak se že nebudu číst donaty, když bude se tady mít, ale prostě když tady bude se něco kecat, tak já nebudu kecat.
My armor, in my boots. Just my luck to end up with Norrin while you serve the Lord. Let him fetch his own wine for once. He's a drunk, a liar, and an arrogant prick.
You'd better watch your tongue, Bowen. It could be much worse.
What the fuck do you know about it? Nothing is worse than Norrin. See, that's where you're lucky. Low expectations. If I'd grown up covered in pig shit, shovel and slop, well, maybe I'd think saddling his horse was the greatest honor in the Seven Kingdoms. I suppose this beats pig farming. But not by much.
Who doesn't love bacon?
Ah, pig farmers.
Pig farmers.
All I'm saying is, at this rate we'll never be more than this, which is nothing. The lowest of the low. For all I know, we could be squires for life. All in wine around a fucking wedding. What a waste of fucking time.
I'm sick of listening to your whine. With that attitude, you'll never be more than this.
Easy for you to say. Maybe if my uncle were Castellan, I'd feel different.
Who my uncle is has nothing to do with it. How much further?
Yeah, it's right over there.
Počkej, nejsou to, není to ten Frejovský most, tohleto?
Take your time. You lot have drunk your share. Good thing Lord Walder's in a generous mood. Fucking phrase.
Jsou to jo, takže je to ten most těch Frejů.
Nice night for a wedding. Not often he finds a willing husband for one of his daughters. Don't expect me to carry it for you, Sir Garrett.
Co pak Frejové už zase něco kujou, nebo co? Ty vidět ve hře, to je úplně úžasný.
Just gotten into you. You're acting rather odd.
We need to get back. Now.
They're fine, they can wait.
No, you don't understand. We need to go.
And take the fucking flagon already.
What's wrong with him? Something the matter?
Owen, we have to go.
You go if you're in such a rush.
Oh, zachránit Bowna? Fuck you, nemám ho rád, varovat Lorda.
We have to warn the others.
Good luck.
Tak ten skončil hodně rychle. Co, prdele, tomu říkám rozjížděčka? No jo, Frejové skurvení, to jsou zasraní podrazáci. Počkej, co? Jaha, tady se bude klikat. Iva, SDčko tady bude, jo? Ty to mi vypadá Kenobi.
Ready, boys? Whoa! Shoot that one!
Jak rozbrdá ta kára. Jo, Včku musím držet. Jo, to je dobrý gameplay, to mě baví. Kečko. Včko. Ty jsem zmáčknul Včku, never mind. Ty vole, dělej! To byl skript. Spojí ho tady vodu. Tak jo, už jdeme dál. Jo, ty tady vědí, jak bojovat.
Speak up, Garrett. Did you see him or not?
The Freys. They slaughtered him, my lord.
Where's my squire? You didn't leave him, did you?
What happened to him? Speak up, boy.
Pičo.
If you left him, may the gods judge you accordingly. Find a weapon,
Jsem to
quickly.
nestihnul, sakra.
You fucking traitor. Go, my lord, while there's still time.
We have to keep moving, my lord.
I'd never make it. They'll hunt us down like dogs.
Well, the phrase says time's over.
Guard this with your life. Return it to Ironrath, where it belongs. There's no time to waste. I'll be damned if I let it fall into the hands of those traitors.
Well, the phrase says
You have to
about
go.
stage, you're welcome to the fucking torch.
I will do as you command, my lord.
You have served me well. I know I can count on you. Tell your uncle. Tell him the North Grove must never be lost. Tell no one but him. Do you understand? You must swear. Tell only your uncle Duncan.
Stříčkovi Duncanovi, OK.
Depend on it.
I swear that I will, my lord.
Stříček Duncan se jmenuje High, OK.
On your honor, you must do this for your house. Go!
Kill those fucking foresters! With love, afraid.
Ty se nejde. Počkej, oni udělali intro, to si děláš prdel. Ty pičo. Co si děláš Tak to je nejvíc kvalita tohleto do píči. Oni udělali intro. To jsou magoři, ty vole. Tak to je po píči. Ty krávu. Tak komu čest, ty vole. Tohle jsem si nemyslel, že někdy uvidím, ty vole. Tak to je nejdál. Komu čest, ty vole. Tohle to bylo drsný. Nezapomeň, že na tvých rozhodnutích záleží. Jo. A by the way, někdo se tu ptal, jestli je to hra od Telltale, z těch, co dělali Walking Dead New Frontier. Jo, je to ono. Hello, what? Či on je Hello, nebo? Co? Počkej, proč je tady Hello? Co to je za shit? To je nějaký bůh, vole. To je paštík. Co s tím? What? Jako můžu... What the fuck? Aha, tak asi nic, no teda. Jako co tady mám dělat? A?
Lord. Fresh.
Samozřejmě já... paštík. Tady si chtěl někdo udělat pečínku, ne? No, grafika sice není úplně nejvíc. Víte co, přece to není AAčková společnost, ale... OK, to asi ne teda. Aha, on tomu jde automaticky, OK.
That's father's car.
Lord Bolton better give us fucking titles for this.
O do prdele, Boltonové, jo?
But at least still have his bacon.
Já to musím mít, jo. Okay.
Move along, boy. There's nothing for you here.
Father.
I said move on. Unless you want to get fed to the fucking pigs.
Piči, já nevím. Tak teď si meč třeba. Já nevím, jak to dopadne tohleto.
Is that so?
Nevím, jestli dokážu bojovat, no ale...
And then we'll feed you to the pigs.
Get off my land.
This is Bolton land now, boy. Lord Bolton is the new Warden of the North. I reckon he'd like a proper lordly sword like that.
OK, klikajme tady tohle.
No. I'll have that sword, boy.
Trošku.
Fuck you.
Cože, prosím? Kde?
Finish this fucking pig farmer.
Ono to ten meč do píči! Tak vidle. Sekra vidle, sekra je lepší. Ty eventy jsou úplně nejvíc, Ečko. Takhle. Jo, tak ty žádáš, Boltne. Ahoj, vůli. Ani prd. Tak se radí. Hezký.
Father? Garrett, you survived. Your sister. Oh, she hid. I tried to stop them.
I'll kill the men who did this.
A takže půjdeme proti Boltonům, jo. Aby se bude nějaký spiknutí obrovský zase. Jak už v Game of Thrones a ve všech hrách takhle zbývá, že jo? Kurva, ale si půjdeme proti Boltonům, tak do prdele, doufám, že to jmenuje Ramsay Bolton, protože toho zmrdojeba chci zabít. Když asi to tam nebude, protože to bude spíš jako takový vedlejšák kolem Game of Thrones, ve světě Game of Thrones.
It's Garrett! Get the Castellan! Tell him his nephew survived!
Garrett!
I was too late. They were already dead.
Bring the Maester! Meet us in the Great Hall! Quickly!
Jako rozmrdal jsem tam vojáky, no.
2 Whitehill soldiers?
And a Bolton.
Víš co, já ty děti vůbec nebudu číst, jo.
My sister, she was only 8 years old.
This never would have happened with the Starks in power. It's unimaginable. Unacceptable. You have my condolences.
Thank you, Maester.
blade cut deep, but I should be able to save your leg. Your justice was swift. Some will call it vengeance. No doubt the Whitehills will claim it was murder. It was your family. I can't say I would have done any different than you. But the Whitehills won't see it that way.
It was justice. They got what they deserved.
They did indeed. We can't let the Whitehills just walk all over us. These maggots ought to help prevent infection. Hold the wound open for me, would you?
Jo. Co víš, jochu. Víte říct, že vole, já teďka budu mít v noze červy, ty píčo? What the fuck?
To lose the lord of the house and the eldest son through such a despicable act of treachery and betrayal. Greater houses than ours have fallen in time.
To je rod Fore
The late
něco.
Lord Forrester was a good
Jo,
man.
Forrester.
And poor Roderick. A serious man, but he would have made a good lord.
Our house will never fall.
By the gods, let's hope you're right. The future of this house is in Lord Ethan's hands now, although he is young and altogether unprepared to lead. Right. This might hurt a bit. Hold this for me, will you? I understand from your uncle that Lord Forrester saved your life.
He did.
Rather odd, though, that he chose to save you, his squire, and not his son Roderick. Not that Roderick couldn't handle himself. He was as good with a sword as any man I've seen. It's unfortunate the Citadel doesn't train maesters in the art of warcraft.
Roderick had already fallen. There was nothing we could do.
Well, I'd imagine Lord Forrester would sacrifice himself to save anyone from his house, high or low. Lady Forrester will be here any moment now. I'd like you to walk for me first, to see if you can put any weight on that leg. Go on. Don't stop now. It's better to let the blood circulate.
Jo, by the way, prosím vás, pamatujete si, komu tu zprávu mám doručit strýčkovi. No, vole. Okno, tak. Strýčkovi, fakt, že bez prdele reklama na Game of Thrones, jo, tak to je prdel.
The Ironwood Grove.
Strýček, jak se jmenuje? Kapitola, co? Počkej, já jsem do popisku napsal kapitola, jo? Aha, ok. Castellánovi? Ne, to nebyl Castellán, to byl strýček, vole, tento. Strýček Duncan, nebo tak nějak se jmenoval? A nevím, až prostě tam zazní strýček, tak mu to řeknu. Lord Forrester, Roderick, Mira, Ashera, Talie s Ethanem. Talia? Jo, to jsou tady ty vlastně.
Lord Forrester. It was an honor to squire for him. Gregor the Good.
Aha, takže to nemůžeme projet úplně všechno,
Roderick.
super.
He was our best warrior by far. Ryan. Never easy being the fourth born son.
Lady Forrester.
Lady Forrester. She's always been kind to me. Treated me like I was a Forrester myself.
Tohle to vypadá jako ta Starková, co?
Mira. Still in King's Landing, I suppose. Although, I wonder if they'll bring her home.
Za koho hraju, já nevím, já hraju za farmera, co měl vole pig farmu, jakože prasečí farmu. A teďka se to všechno vykylilo, že jo, ale před smrtí ho tady ten cápek, pan Lord Forester, jmenoval jakoby jedním z nich, že prostě aby mohl bojovat, že nebude jenom prostě šenk, že jo. Budou to mi hot scény, to nevím, to se asi dozvíme. A je to propojení se seriálem jako jo, ale hraje se jenom za vedlejší postavy. Čili ty postavy, který si třeba vůbec za ten seriál nikdy neviděl, jo. Strýček Duncan, jo, díky. Strýček Duncan.
Talia and Ethan. I suppose Lord Ethan now. Asher. Exiled to Essos, unfortunately.
Do Essosu? Kecej. Počkej, co? Proč nám vždycky vyjede ten vykřičník?
You seem to be favoring it. Always sad to see a warrior lose a leg.
I'm fine, Maestro Tingrin. Look, I'll show you.
Podívej si to trošku na hovno, ale to bude v pohodě. Prské zásoby, co tady máme ještě dál?
Does your leg feel weak?
No. I just wanted to ask you. Who is the new Lord of House Forrester?
Why, Ethan, of course.
At the Citadel, I swore an oath to serve whichever noble house I was assigned. Advising the late Lord Forrester was an honor. Advising Ethan, his third-born son, is challenging. There's still so much he has to learn, yet the very fate and future of this house rests in his hands. Which is rather frightening when you think about it.
Leja, tak to jsi teda hustý, pokud jsi viděl úplně všechny moje videa. To ti muselo trvat tak 3 roky, ne? Jako, respekt.
What will happen to me now?
Excellent question. Under normal circumstances, you could join Sir Royland and his men. Although given the circumstances of your circumstances, it becomes a bit tricky, doesn't it? I suppose it will be for Lord Ethan to decide.
Lord Forrester promoted me. At the Twins, I'm no longer a squire, if that matters.
It might, I suppose. But I'll defer to Lord Ethan on this.
Why do the Whitehills hate the Forresters?
I think it's safe to say the feeling is mutual. There's been enmity between the two houses for as long as anyone can remember. I don't doubt someone killed someone, which led to more killings of someones, and then, well, here we are.
Proč ten sapek připomíná Jeffersona?
Can I see Ethan? Is he here?
He is, but I'm afraid he's indisposed at the moment. He prefers not to be disturbed while practicing his lute.
Never mind.
Ještě se kouknu po té místnosti, jestli tady něco není. Počkej, dá se tady projít?
You see there? You're limping again.
I'm fine, really.
Takže tam nemůžu, ok. Kouknu se ještě po... Aj, to prděl... Já tam nemůžu, jo? Ok. No. Ještě pokecat...
Feeling all right?
Můžu odejít?
Can I go now?
I believe your leg will be fine. Only time will tell, but... Lady Forrester.
Welcome home, Garrett. We're all relieved to know you survived.
Thank you, my lady.
Talia asked to see you.
Garrett, I heard what happened. Is it true? Your family... I'm so sorry.
Me too.
Off to bed now. Hurry on. Garrett was just telling me how valiantly Lord Forrester fought to the end, even when all was lost. I'm sure Lady Forrester would like to know. Whatever you can recall.
You saved my life, my lady.
Yet not Roderick's.
You were with Roderick, no? I'm sure it was chaos and confusion. But if you can remember anything, I'm sure Lady Forrester would like to know.
Robb Stark named him to lead the van for the march on Casterly Rock.
A fitting tribute, no doubt. He was House Forrester's best.
This has been so incredibly difficult for us, especially the children. But I was told you were the last to see my husband alive.
Yes, my lady.
I know it may be difficult to remember, but if I may ask, was there anything he said?
Any last words before he passed? If you can remember. It would mean so much to the family.
He said he loved you.
That's very kind of you to say. You have the Forrester's sword.
Ethan should have it, now that he is Lord.
Lord Forrester asked me to return it to the house. He said this is where it belongs. With his family.
Thank you, Garrett.
Of course, my lady.
It demands a response.
It's too dangerous, especially now.
Now is the time to prove our strength.
I'll be sure it's given to Ethan.
Duncan, this was our land. They were our people. Your family.
Počkej, to je strejda Duncan. Ah,
I do, but now is not the time to provoke the Whitehills. Not with Ramsay Snow coming to see us bend the knee.
The hell with Ramsay Snow, the bastard.
Garrett, you understand what this means. You killed a Bolton, and Ramsay Snow will want his retribution.
We're the ones that should be demanding retribution. This happened on Forrester land.
They attacked me.
And they'll say they were keeping the peace in the name of House Bolton. It's an argument you cannot win. We have to be smart. Ramsay Snow will be here within the week.
And what would you have? Nothing.
I would have us use our heads while they're still attached to our shoulders.
Garrett has lost as much as anyone else within these walls. Maybe you can talk some sense into your uncle.
Garrett's suffered enough already. You ask too much of the boy.
He deserves to be heard. It was his family they killed. So what's to be done?
Ultimately, it will be for Lord Ethan to decide.
It's just a boy who can barely hold a sword. He knows nothing of how to lead men.
He is the lord of this house, and he needs our help. It's bad enough the Boltons would have us bend the knee and swear fealty. But now, this, I'll accuse you of murder, and us of protecting you.
The boy was just defending himself.
I'm not faulting him for what he did.
I'd have done the same, as any man would.
It wasn't murder. It was justice.
Not in their eyes. It's just the excuse Ramsay Snow would need to put us to the torch and kill us all.
I'd like to see them try.
I'm afraid it's a risk we cannot take, which is why you cannot stay.
Cannot stay? Duncan, the boy has suffered enough.
But where would I go?
The one place beyond the reach of even House Bolton.
Neříkej do hlavního města.
You're sending him to the wall.
Co?
The boy's done nothing wrong.
Not in the eyes of the Boltons. I'm afraid it's the only solution. Especially now, when the house is so vulnerable.
Uncle, my place is here. Who would defend the house? You said we need men who can fight.
There'd be nothing we could do to protect you. To stay would bring destruction upon us all. I know that's not what you want. I know it's difficult to understand. But you must think of the house.
Co?
I won't put others at risk. I'll go.
I know it doesn't seem fair, but it is what's best.
Jo, Ramsay sníh, jak se to česky říká, no. Jako lepší než Ramsay Bastard, jo? I když to by bylo možná lepší.
And I'll see you have plenty of food, but we haven't much time. The Whitehills will come looking for you.
A co? Počkej, strejdo Duncane, do prdele, ještě ti musím něco říct, ne? Tak jsi kokot?
Were it up to me, I'd gladly drive a sword through Lord Whitehill's heart if given the chance. I would. And God's willing, someday I will. But for now, I have House Forrester to consider first. I know you want to stay, but Lord Forrester would be proud that you're putting the interests of the house ahead of your own. Many of Lord Forrester's best men have volunteered for the war. His own great uncle was a ranger with the Night's Watch. In my heart, I know I'll see you again.
I've been waiting for the right moment to tell you.
Ah.
What? What is it?
Lord Forrester asked me to give you a message. He said, the North Grove can never be lost.
Sorry, you caught me by surprise. It's not often discussed, if ever.
He said tell only you.
For good reason. Most don't even know it exists. They think it's just a myth made up by wildlings and fools, and it's better kept that way. I assume you kept your word. You haven't told anyone else, have you?
Nope.
This is important, Garrett.
Of course not. I told no one.
Well done. Lord Forrester was right to put his trust in you. From this day forward, this will be our secret. But soon, I may need your help. But I can't say anything more just yet. Just know the North Grove may very well be vital to the future of this house. But don't breathe a word of it to anyone at the wall. Become a ranger if you can. It will help.
Takže se budou řešit věci za zdí, jo. Kurňa, to je rozet jak svině.
Iron from ice.
Iron from ice.
Remember, you represent House Forrester. Your actions at the war will reflect the honor and dignity of the house.
I'll serve with honor.
I know you will.
Wait!
Ojojoj.
Be safe.
Řekni děkuju, ne? Jo, takže budeme hrát za 3 main postavy. Jo, tohle to jsou 2, takže oni jsou hned u sebe. Okay. Počkej, já hraju za 1. Já hraju za 1.
He hides too well, and if he were smart, he would reveal himself.
I don't like this game anymore. Maybe something happened to him.
Ethan's fine. He's just forgotten this is a game.
I win!
Congratulations, your lordship.
Já budu hrát za lorda.
Don't worry. It's just a game, Ryan.
Stupid game. I don't like it.
He was worried you were gone.
I thought we'd never find you again.
I'm right here. And I promise, I'm not going anywhere.
I wish Mira was here. And Asher. And Roderick.
I do too. But Mira's in King's Landing and
Oh, Mira v King's Landing.
I don't want her to die too.
Ryan, she's perfectly safe, I promise you.
Na tom nejmím bezpečnějším místě.
I don't want Garrett to die either. Maester Ortengrin said he got sent to the wall. I'll miss Garrett. He was nice.
He'll be fine. Garrett is smart.
No one will tell me what Garrett did, but it must have been serious. I heard Duncan and Sir Royland talking. They said someone will come here looking for revenge.
Everyone's worried about you, but I'm not. I know you'll protect us.
Who said they're worried about me?
Well, Sir Royland for one. He says you can't fight very well.
What?
And he calls you a milksop.
Sir Royland forgets himself.
He doesn't know me or what I'm capable of.
What does milksop mean?
No, I know it's not good.
Ethan, you should let Sir Royland teach you how to wield a sword, like a man. He taught Roderick and Asher, and he even showed me how to fight. Properly, I mean.
A lord should know how to fight.
Do you remember when we were younger? When we all used to play here? You, me, Roderick, Asher. We'd all be out here for hours.
Yeah! Where was I?
You weren't born yet.
We had so much fun. But then, well, then everything changed. Roderick became so serious, the Lord in training, and he never smiled anymore. And Asher just got angry at everything. Promise me you won't be like that. Please, just be you. I like you the way you are. I know a lord has many responsibilities, but you don't need to be like them.
I may have to change.
I'd rather have my brother than a lord.
I'll have to have both, I'm afraid.
But since you're the new lord, you can do anything you want.
I suppose.
Everyone will have to do as you say. So I could have all the sweets I want.
If only it were that simple. It would be nice if someone did what I wanted for once.
That's not how it works.
Well, that's how it should work. You are the lord.
Lord Ethan, you're needed in the Great Hall at once. Quickly, on your feet.
What's the matter?
Lord Whitehill has arrived, unannounced and certainly unexpected. He's come demanding justice.
Can't he meet with Duncan? He is the Castellan.
Stay with us. Please, Ethan.
He's demanding an audience with the Lord. We really must go.
Okay.
It's your decision. You are the Lord.
If I were lord, I would command Ethan to stay with his family.
Fine. If that's what's required of me.
Very well then.
Pan Timmy, tak to je sevič.
They showed up unannounced. Lord Whitehill is in a lather. I assume you explained to Lord Ethan why they're here?
Business with Garrett. I told him.
Lord Whitehill knows Garrett is a squire to this house. Or was, I suppose.
Was. It makes no difference. The Whitehills were clearly in the wrong, so don't give him any satisfaction. Out there, you were decisive and firm. Now do it again with these bastards.
Let's not do something rash. Things are bad enough as it is.
What should I say to him?
Tell him and his men to leave.
Okay.
Now is not the time to anger Lord Whitehill any more than he already is. He's got 5 times as many men, and the backing of House Bolton.
All the more reason to stand up for ourselves. Only cowards and dead men, Lord.
Tak jo, první pořádná úmluva.
Lord Ethan, is it? My condolences for your father and brother. The late Lord Forrester was no friend to me or my house, but to his family it's still a loss.
Spíš poděkovat mu.
My only regret is I wasn't there to drive the dagger into his heart myself.
Kurva, měl jsem mu jenom poděkovat.
For this day all my life. The Forresters finally get their due.
I may be young, but I'm not so easily fooled. You're trying to rile me, but it won't work.
Young? You are that boy. Too young to know when you're in over your head. And no bread and salt! What kind of fucking house receives a lord with no fucking bread and salt?
No
You
fucking bread
bloody
and salt.
amateur. No courtesies. I should have expected as much. Bloody Foresters.
My apologies. Please forgive us.
Forgive you? Not likely.
Tak to nezačíná moc dobře.
Shit on us for generations. Well, now the Starks are no longer around to have your back, are they? We're the power in the north now.
Roose Bolton is the Warden of the North.
Aye. And we've been his bannermen for 5 fucking centuries. You cunt.
You cunt.
Lord Ethan, you're losing control of this.
Lord Whitehill, please.
I'm not finished. Maybe if you hadn't been so fucking greedy with the ironwood, things would have been different between us.
You squandered your share.
Our share was taken from us. We had no fucking choice but to harvest what was left.
What is it you want, Lord Whitehill?
Your man, the squire. We were minding our own business, keeping the king's peace, as his lordship here said, when your man attacked us for no reason.
Hear that? Attacked for no reason.
That's not how it happened.
And you admit it was your man who killed my men.
Oh, kurwa!
That. How do you answer for your squire, Lord Ethan? He acted in your name. And you are the lord of this house.
Your men attacked and drew first blood. They murdered his entire family.
Co? Vždyť to není ten překlad. On zaútočil první. Ježišmarja, to je na kokot překlad.
I know he's here. What have you done with him?
He was sent to the wall.
Who the fuck sent him to the wall? Answer me! Who's the one who did it?
You heard me. He was sent to the wall. It's done.
What? That was my justice to deliver, boy. And you denied me of it. I'm not leaving until I have my justice.
No to bylo teda pěkně na píču tohleto. Ne, můžu to naloadovat, protože tohle to bylo fakt na hovno. Kodex? Ne, to není ono. To prdele.
What kind of fucking house is this?
A house of honorable men.
Lady Forrester.
You bellow like a wounded boar, Lord Whitehill. Have you forgotten your manners?
Zachránila to.
I mean no disrespect to you, my lady, considering your losses and all. But this is not over.
It's over when my son says it is.
Thank you for coming, Lord Whitehill.
Ethan is Lord of Ironrath now. By rights, his word is law here. If that displeases you, then I trust you can find the door.
That lad may be lord of this house, but Lord Bolton will have the final say. I'll send him a raven letting him know a Forrester man killed one of his own. That the new Lord Forrester lied to my face and denied me my justice. Then we'll see whose word is law.
Protože ten překlad je na píču, čuráku tlustej.
Do your worst, you bastard.
Tato rozmluva byla pěkně na hovno teda. Hlavně jsem mu neměl za začátku podávat tu ruku, to byla pěkná píčovina.
You must find your voice, my lord. Your enemies will interpret your silence as a sign of weakness.
You were brave, my son. But you'll need to be braver still when Ramsay Snow arrives to see you.
Kurva, to můžu přetočit.
Prepare a raven. We need to send word to Mira in King's Landing at once.
Teď na hovno, že se nemůžete načít z kapitoly, protože tohle to bylo úplně na hovno, tam ten tolk. Ach jo, kurva, kdybych to věděl. Asi si to budu muset pak zahrát ještě po druhý.
Although just a handmaiden, she has Marjorie Tyrell's favor. And Lady Marjorie's betrothal to the king may be enough to keep the Boltons at bay, if it's presented to her as it should be.
To je King's Landing? Okay. Takže kde tu jsme?
King's Landing.
Jo, jsme v King's Landing.
I wonder if it's sunny at Ironrath today.
Vím, že to je spoiler, ale kdybych mu nepodal ruku, tak bude víc nasraný. Aspoň jsem to neudělal, díky moc. Dopis od matky, tak.
It troubles me to even ask this of you, but you must appeal to Lady Marjorie to intervene on our behalf. She is our best hope, and can be a powerful ally, especially now when your family so desperately needs her help.
Takže všichni jsou tam z nějakého urozeného rodu, za kterého budeme hrát, teda kromě toho prasečáka jednoho. Ale ten je taky úplně v pohodě, takže...
One moment.
Oh, sorry, milady. I didn't mean to disturb you. I can come back later if you'd like.
Takový prašan. No.
No, it's fine. Come in.
Sice vypadá, jako kdyby se týden valil v uhlí, ale jak nevím.
Begging your pardon, milady, but are you all right? If you don't mind my asking, you seem rather upset.
I'm just worried about my family.
Ah, letter from home, is it?
Ne, vlastně ne, já jsem koko, že jsem mu to řekl. Teďka po mě půjde plešoun.
Of course, milady.
Ne, neříkej mu. Tohle je King's Landing. Já jsem ho měl poslat do píči.
But it seems like you do.
Perhaps you should come back later.
Of course, milady.
Tady jdu starý dědek, víš, že mám něco zdělat, protože je ptáček, vole. Fucking ptáčci. Co, jsi podplacený ovocem, zmrde? Od uhlí hajzle? Já jsem takový blbě, že jsem... To si děláš prdel, ona fakt vypadá jak v realitě.
You're early.
I was hoping there would be time for us to talk. Come, there's something we must discuss.
A mají docela podobný hlas, sice jakože ne úplně, ale jako není to úplně až tak odlišný. Jsi dobrý.
From the day you arrived in Highgarden, I've thought of you more as a friend than as my handmaiden. A dear friend, in fact.
Thank you, my lady.
And you know how I feel about what's happened to your family. I feel your pain as if it were my own. What you've suffered is beyond imagining. And your poor family as well.
I need your help, my lady.
Of course, and I will help you in any way I can. But there's another matter we must attend to first. You must understand there are limits to what I can say, especially here in King's Landing, now that I am to be queen. To have a handmaiden from the north, whose family fought for Robb Stark. It raises questions at a time I can least afford. Cersei herself cornered me this morning outside the Royal Sept. She mentioned the northern girl in my service, and she painted you a traitor. She was very pleased with herself. Her face was full of mirth as she said it.
What does she intend to do?
She intends to make you miserable, knowing that will make me miserable as well. She demands an audience. She wants an apology of some sort. For what, I don't know, but she's waiting for us now, and I promised I would bring you to her. I wouldn't ask this of you if it were not important. I cannot afford any conflict with Cersei with the wedding so near.
I'll do as you ask, my lady.
I knew I could trust you. Humor her. Tell her what she wants to hear.
Okay.
See if the Queen Regent is ready to receive us.
To jaký move udělala přes ty dveře. Hej, ale tu zbroj udělali úplně úžasně.
You'll be fine. I know you will. You may feel one thing, but you must say another.
Okay. Tohle bude pravý testus.
Good luck.
Asi nebude v nejlepší náladě se Kersey, co? Ne, nepleskl jí po zadku. Takže Kersey, jak vypadáš ty svině? Jo, je tam Tyrion! Skřete ty parchante, vychcanej. Ty mazonej parchante.
You can do this.
Tak jdeme. Bylo by super, kdyby si se tě pohnula, hej, ale... Tak nenormálně. Je křičník? Na svůj křičník. Já teďka nevím, co to znamená, ten mi křič.
Lady Marjorie. Aren't you looking lovely this evening?
Lord Tyrion. Your Grace? With your permission, allow me to introduce Lady Mira of House Forrester.
Tak to je konečná, ty vole.
Your Grace.
Kersey, to
Girl knows her courtesies. Impressive. You may rise.
House Forrester is a northern house loyal to the king.
Are they?
I beg your pardon, Your Grace.
I wasn't talking to you. I want to hear from the girl.
Co chceš slyšet do prdele, počkej, co?
Is your family loyal to the king?
Of course.
Perhaps you should ask the new Lord Forrester.
He's not here, is he? She is. The girl can speak for her house.
Yes, Your Grace. To the one true king.
The one true king. Yet she didn't say which. The girl is clever.
She only meant...
I don't care what she meant. I care what she said.
Sekundo.
I won't stand for impertinence from a girl.
Prosím,
If you
Kersey.
would give her the chance to explain.
Perhaps she can explain why the Forresters have been loyal bannermen to House Stark for centuries. A house of traitors.
Yes, Your Grace. They are traitors.
The Starks were your liege lord, yet you name them traitors so easily. Is it any wonder you were so impertinent to ask which king deserves your loyalty, if you have any loyalty at all?
Počkej, aktuálně by měl být na
Is
trůně...
your house willing to swear fealty to your new liege lord, Roose Bolton?
Cože?
Yes, Your Grace.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I see. Despite the fact Roose Bolton allied with Walder Frey. If it was me, I'd find it difficult to so quickly forgive the men who killed my father. Old allegiances are not easily abandoned. But now that the war is over, we must look to rebuild and forge new alliances. There are ships and shields to be built, and Joffrey will need a steady supply of ironwood for his armies.
Jo, takže to aktuálně je Joffrey.
There are others who would happily serve that purpose, but I trust we can rely on House Forrester.
Forster Ironwood does seem rather unique.
Yes, Your Grace.
It would be a shame to see it fall into the hands of another house. I imagine you'd do almost anything to prevent that from happening, wouldn't you? Ask any Lannister, and they'd do whatever was necessary to save Casterly Rock. It would be unfortunate to see another house lay claim to what's yours.
Yes, Your Grace. I would do anything.
I see.
What would you have the girl do, Cersei? It's not as if she fought
Yes,
beside
he was
the Stark,
close.
wielding a battle axe for the Northern Army.
Jak v seriálu, tak ve hře, ty
Raises an interesting question, I suppose. Can we truly blame those who end up on the wrong side of the war? Our dear Marjorie here was betrothed to Renly Baratheon on the false assumption that he would one day rule the Seven Kingdoms. Can we fault her for her mistake? Should she be held accountable?
I'm sure she regrets it.
Perhaps. Perhaps not.
If there's a point to this, I hope you find it quickly.
Loyalty can be such a hard thing to define. This city alone is filled with all sorts of ambitious opportunists looking to reinvent themselves, pretending to be something they're not.
Třeba
Who
malík,
knows
že?
what lurks within their hearts. You are a girl from the north here in service to Lady Marjorie. One can only assume her interests are yours. Yet loyalty to a king, that must be absolute, beyond question. And if your loyalties were to become conflicted between your king and the very person whom you serve, what would you do then?
Vlastně co?
I'm sure she
Let the
would...
girl answer the question. Go on.
My loyalties would never conflict, Your Grace.
That's a coward's answer. I will not have my time wasted by a northern girl who thinks she can play games. Who do you choose?
Co?
The king, of course.
Well said. I was beginning to worry you didn't have your priorities straight.
She is a threat to the crown, isn't she? The most dangerous handmaiden in all of King's Landing.
No tak ty tomu přispíváš, Tyrione.
My sense is this girl will say almost anything to get what she wants. Which is not very encouraging. I'd like a word with you, if I may.
Of course, Your Grace.
I'll walk you out.
Takže Tyrion chce vědět
This may come
informace.
as a surprise, but I met your father once at the tourney at Lannisport. Even then, he didn't trust Roose Bolton. We only spoke briefly, but your father struck me as an honorable man. You have my condolences for his loss. These would be trying times for your family, even under the best of circumstances.
Thank you, Lord Tyrion. That's very kind of you to say.
That certainly took courage. To so publicly declare your loyalty to Joffrey for all to hear. Poor Lady Marjorie was humiliated, although Cersei seemed quite pleased. It was quite the first impression. I, of course, found it all highly entertaining.
I was trying to appease her.
I think that was clear to everyone. My sister and I have our differences. She takes great pleasure in her little charades. I take mine in thwarting them.
Jo.
We must find our amusements where we can. She threatened to give your ironwood to another house. It is the Master of Coin who decides such matters. The crown needs boats. Boats need wood, and I speak for the crown in this regard, not her.
I wouldn't want to anger Cersei.
And you'd be wise not to. But I suppose the crown could be persuaded to secure ironwood from House Forrester. Lady Marjorie might not look favorably on such an alliance, and it would infuriate Cersei. Although what would be amusing for me might prove rather dangerous for you and your house. Are you willing to risk that?
Tyrion je prostě borec, takže...
It's a risk I'm willing to take, Lord Tyrion. Please.
You are a brave girl, aren't you? I'll consider it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I promised Sansa I would join her for dinner tonight.
Oh, tak Sansa.
3 beautiful bottles of Dornish wine await my arrival. The mere thought of them makes me thirsty already.
I hope we meet again.
Nothing would make Cersei happier. Until then, be careful. This is not the North. King's Landing can be a nest of vipers to the uninitiated.
To teda. Hej, ale ten Tyrion, ten je úplně nejlepší zatím ze všech, jako... Fakt, jako ten má ten ksicht udělaný tak a má úplně přesný hlas. Je možný, že on to daboval i ten samý, protože ten má fakt úplně přesný hlas. Teďka nevím, zjistíte mi, to dabovali ty, co to opravdu dabujou, anebo se akorát vyměnili nějak dubléři?
Cersei has a way of looking at you as though you're nothing.
I'd rather not discuss it, if you don't mind.
Of course not. It must have been horrible. But at least it's over now. Lady Marjorie has spent the entire day working on seating arrangements for the wedding. Of course, you and I are seated way at the back, here with the 4th cousins and the 9th born sons. Sir Jamie, I wouldn't mind tarnishing that white cloak of his. What? It's true. And Oberyn Martell, the Red Viper. I'm told he has a paramour. Put it back. We're just having a bit of fun. It's probably for the best. I've heard he's a bit perverse. Perhaps Lady Marjorie could make the right introduction.
You perverse yours.
We might meet our future husbands. Although, marrying a king, I can only imagine what that would be like.
Would
you marry Joffrey if it meant you'd become queen? He does have a certain look about him, and he's always treated Lady Marjorie well.
I don't want to be queen, no matter who I'd have to marry.
Don't want to be queen? You northerners. You'd make a perfect scepter. Well, I would marry him. Imagine the power you would have as queen of the Seven Kingdoms. I might even allow you to be my handmaiden. Let's see, who else should we marry off? Brienne of Tarth and Tyrion Lannister. What a perfect match. And
what are you doing? Well?
I tried to move them back, my lady.
This is not a game. It's a battle plan. Allies and enemies can be made with every move. Yet they say it is men who are powerful. The Queen was pleased by your display, Mirror. I'm just glad it's over. King's Landing can be exhausting sometimes. There's always someone to please or some perceived slight to smooth over. I fear it will only get worse when I am queen.
Once they know your true heart, the lords and ladies will have no choice but to love you.
Do you agree?
People are not always so easy to please. If you showed Cersei your true heart, she would stab it with a fork.
You learn very quickly. You were brave agreeing to obey the Boltons. That cannot have been easy. I know you must fear what Lord Bolton might do to your family. I do appreciate your willingness to appease her, as difficult as it may have been.
Thank you, my lady. There's been something on my mind. Something important.
No. Ta hra je podél seriálu, jo. Ale asi to nebude nic měnit, jakože přímo na tom seriálu, protože je to v podstatě jenom takový side story, jo. Hele, ctě, tak požádat o pomoc. Asi jo, ne, když mi to nakázala její matka, tak... Ale jo.
I did have a favor to ask of you in return.
Whatever you wish to say, you can say it in front of Sarah. There are no secrets between us.
Určitě.
It's about my family.
I trust her.
Ne, nechci.
I prefer to speak with you alone.
Co rád, děvče? Tohle je King's Landings. Hehe, byla nasrasně. A mě neposlouchej za dveřma.
Go on. Ask.
Forgive me, my lady. I wouldn't otherwise ask this of you, but my mother insisted. It's about my family.
Ramsay Snow. What would you have me do?
My mother fears our family will suffer if Ramsay is left to do as he likes. She thought, if a raven could be sent to the Boltons to let them know House Forrester has the protection of the crown. I know it's a lot to ask of you, and I wouldn't otherwise, but she insisted.
That is no small request.
especially now.
I know, my lady, and I wouldn't ask this of you otherwise. But my mother has left me no choice. She insisted.
Joffrey knows only too well your family fought for the Starks, and now you would have me ask him to intervene. Is the situation that dire? Joffrey will not look favorably on such a request.
Já nevím, jestli to je urgentní
My
nebo ne.
mother feels it is urgent, my lady. She's unfamiliar with King's Landing and its politics. I hope you can understand that.
Very well. I'll make your request, but I cannot promise anything.
Thank you, my lady. I will send a raven to my family at once.
Tak, už to tady je, tyjo, už dlouho to spím, 1:15, no? Strýlu chcípá! Počkej, vole, koníku, prdele, nepaj si salámy, vole! Tak jsem přišel o koně, jsem píč.
7 elves.
U 7 elfů, nebo co tam řekl? Že by Boltonové? To je Bolton, jo, to je Bolton, to je Ramsay Sníh.
Not my best work, unfortunately. I suppose I have full enough practice. But he didn't make it easy, what with all that bloody noise.
Like a drowning cat. I thought he'd never stop.
As my father likes to say, a naked man holds few secrets, but the flayed man holds none.
Pity he didn't know your father was the Warden of the North.
He does now. How much further is it to these foresters?
A day, my lord. 2 at most.
Kokot.
My lord?
Shh. Listen. There. Hear that? I know I heard something. Never mind.
To byl chyták, já to viděl. Tyhle ty scény znám moc dobře. Ty vole, bych úplně zesral, kdybych utíkal, ty ještě, že nejsem noobák v Game of Thrones. Ok, takže můžu jen dopředu.
Bloody hell.
No, prdele. Takže to je černý hrad? Ne, to je pořád ještě to, Zase?
As I was saying, you are young. And there are those within these walls who are uncertain of your leadership. But 300 generations of Forester Lords stand behind you. Lord Gerhard the Tall, who founded our house, and your grandfather, Lord Thorin the Bold, who seized back the river valley from the White Hills.
What did they call my father?
Lord Gregor the Good. who is fair and wise and courageous in battle.
Why are you telling me this?
To help you rule, Lord Ethan. These were your father's people to lead and protect, and now they're yours. But your father did not bear this responsibility alone. He and every Forester Lord before him chose one man whom they trusted above all others, the Lord Sentinel. Forester traditions demand that a new Lord Sentinel must be chosen.
Keep walking, you craven son of a whore. Move! Summon the Lord! We need his judgment.
Okay.
I've done nothing wrong! I was only trying to survive!
Lord Ethan. Missed.
Who is this man?
This craven is a deserter and a thief.
This house is doomed! We all fucking know it!
Quiet.
Hejda, zrádce.
Eric was supposed to be guarding our weapons, but instead we caught him stealing them.
2 shields and 3 spears.
Is what Sir Royland said true?
Yes, my lord. I fled. We should all flee. It's not stealing if you're taking what's yours by right.
He speaks
His
true.
wife. I've a family to feed, and not 2 coins to rub together since Lord Gregor left us to rot here. Where's our pay? Our share of bread and wine grows smaller every day.
Leave the poor man alone!
Mercy. Go. Lord Ethan, I know these words are hard, but they're honest. This house is falling. We'll never survive the coming winter. Most of us won't even live to see it.
We are in this together.
You say that, but it won't be you who's starving come winter.
Kurva, nemlať ho furt.
Lord Ethan, you must decide the punishment. Lord Gregor always took a thief's fingers. 3 of them.
Now may not be the time for harsh punishment. The men are on edge as it is.
Jo, no, to je pravda, no. Akorát by je to vyděsilo. Já ho nebudu zabíjet. Sice... Jo, no. Tak, spravedlnost. Okay.
Take his fingers. If you punish me, you'll be punishing an innocent man. It'll be an injustice, my lord. Please, my lord. My family depends on me.
Počkej, projevit slitování tomu úplně všecko odpustím, jo? Poslat jej ke zdi. No to je v podstatě jako kdybych ho už zabil, že jo? A useknout 3 prsty. No to je úplně nejvíc. To je... Useknout prsty? Já bych taky jako mu useknul 3 prsty. Ale je zase, no nevím, poslat jej ke zdi, vole. Nevím, poslat jej ke zdi, to bych ho dal do exilu a jakože by... Že jsem ho, že ho vykázal, protože tady nemáš co krást, ale v podstatě v těch lidí, v očích těch lidí by to bylo braný jako, že jsem ho zahubil, protože ke zdi se posílají ty, co jsou v podstatě už mrtví, jo, že ho chceš zabít, jo, tak tam mrdneš ke zdi, protože úzdí nikdo nepřežije, jo. Ale useknout si prsty do prdele, co mám udělat, kurva? Já neuseknu si prsty, to je takový debilní, nečum tak na mě, kurva. Vole, to je těžký rozhodnutí tohle, to je klíčový jak svině tohle. Slitování píči. Ne. To prdele, tak... Jo, tak moje rozhodnutí nic neovlivní, jo? Hrál jsi někdy Life is Strange? Že nic nezměníš, aha, vůbec, jasný. Takže díky za rady, no, všemu chatu. Hej, tak já mu na slitování, já nevím, vole, co je jako horší, vole, useknout 3 prsty nebo poslat je ke zdi, já nevím, co z toho je horší, takže jako budu se tako na slitování, no.
Our house tends to its people. See, this man is paid and his family is fed.
Lord Ethan, you are truly a merciful and noble lord.
My lord, this man is a criminal. A brazen thief.
He's also a father trying to help his children after we failed him. I cannot punish a man for our negligence.
You're rewarding a man who has no loyalty or honor.
My lord, we must speak about our gold reserves. Soon.
My lord, I thank you for the mercy you've shown me. I will never forget my debt to you and to this house.
That was certainly unpleasant, but a lord must mete out punishment when it's due. Not just yourself, of course.
Maester, what do you think?
Me?
Yes. Did I do what's right?
Disloyalty shouldn't be rewarded if others will take advantage of your mercy. You heard what the thief said. I expect this sort of thing will happen again. The Sentinel can help you in the face of disloyalty. You need someone you can trust by your side. Someone you can rely on, no matter the circumstance. Possessing wisdom and experience.
Who do you
Počkej, Life is Strange není o Telltales, můžeš furt mlčet a budeš mít furt stejný to konec jako velkou. No tak proč to říká, vole, ale? Life is Strange, že jo, v Life is Strange prostě, ať tam řekneš cokoliv, vole, tak prostě to skončí úplně, ale úplně stejně, kromě toho finálního endingu samozřejmě, že to skončí trošku jinak. A jinak se tam je úplně ty samé věci, ale lidi říkají úplně ty stejné věci, že jo. Tohleto tady si může něco změnit, že jo, protože to je Telltales. Stejně jako třeba v New Frontier. Tam si mohl změnit věci, tam si mohl změnit ending, mohl si změnit dialogy, mohl si změnit i průběh celé hry. Sice jo, samozřejmě musel si dojet tam a tam a tam, i když to se taky dalo změnit občas. Ale prostě v Life is Strange jako to nejde, prostě tam vždycky musíš jako projít ty samé lokace. Ale v Telltale Games můžeš jít prostě úplně někam jinam. Tady co prostě, tady se na to nevysrali takhle co.
think I should choose?
There are two capable men for the role. They both want the job, but neither thinks very highly of the other.
How do I decide between them?
Talk to them. Solicit the opinion of people close to you. Here, the bracer of the Sentinel. The badge of office. Tonight is your first small council meeting. It would be wise to bestow this bracer upon your chosen Sentinel then, to show that you are decisive and in control of this house. Your Sentinel will wear this for all to see.
I'll make the right choice as Sentinel.
Come speak with me when you're ready to convene the small council, my lord.
Jako pořád v Telltale Games jde ovlivnit víc tu hru než v Life is Strange, to je jako kurně jasný, protože tam prostě nejde nic vůbec. Cože prosím? Počkej, já to nechtěl. Já chci jít za tou týpkou. Já nevím, kde kam kurva šla, jo, tady. Cože, já si s ním nemůžu pořecat?
Ethan. Or should I say Lord Ethan?
Hello, Uncle Malcolm.
I saw what you did today. It's not an easy thing to do, showing mercy to a man who admits his guilt. But if you'll excuse me, my lord, I should finish packing before nightfall. I hope to be off tomorrow. At first light.
But where are you going?
Your mother asked me to cross the narrow sea to find your brother, Asher.
Asher?
Sure.
She has asked me to return with him, to help the house.
She said nothing of this to me.
Because she fears you will not agree. I told her my place is here, that I'll be of no help to you in Essos. She insisted. I will hold, of course, until you've spoken with her about this. Just try to be kind to her. She's been living a nightmare made real. But you know that just as well.
She's my mother. Of course I'll be gentle.
I know you will. You're good-hearted, my lord. That is your true strength.
But my mother's fears are not the only ones I face. My people are scared as well. I'm told I must choose a sentinel.
If I may be so bold, Sir Royland is the man for the job. He'd be a fine choice, and I trust him.
Why Sir Royland?
We are at war. You need a warrior by your side. Royland has the respect of his men and will bring strength and discipline to this house. Duncan would offer sage advice, but now is not the time to negotiate. Not with the likes of Ramsay Snow.
Pravda, no.
Ethan, I need to talk to you. Mother told me Mira has asked for Lady Marjorie's help.
Did she?
I knew we could rely on Mira. She always thinks of family above all else. Hopefully Lady Marjorie's influence will be enough. Right now I'm more concerned about you. I saw what you did to that man.
I can't afford any more mistakes. Everyone knows what happened with Lord Whitehill. Garrett being sent to the wall without my knowledge.
I know. And that wasn't your fault.
Well, I'm the Lord. It's my responsibility. The people want me to lead. They need me to, but...
What? Ethan, please. Tell me.
What do you suggest I do?
You must be strong, decisive. You are the lord of this house. Remember, you're just as capable as Asher or Roderick ever were. I know it. I only wish you did too.
You've always given me good advice. Thank you.
Tak jo, takže já dám tu, co to je tohle, kdo to je? To je, jo, to je tady ten šešek, ale já potřebuji tomu druhýmu. Pašík. Počkej, kdo to je? Kuré, já v tom mám guláš. Co pak? Jo, to je tady ten. Pokud tam si taky, já vůbec nevím o tomhle tom sápku nic.
Careful. Keep at it and you won't have much left. Something to pick your teeth with.
No, Ethan. Look at this. All good swords have a name. I call mine Two Brothers. I carved this to give me strength. And this, so I remember. I mean, I could never forget. But, oh, you know, don't you?
I'm honored.
Yeah. Someday, I'll have a real one.
Tak si říkám
Not
taky
like
videa.
that one. Only a lord could have that sword.
You'll have a good sword. I'm sure of it.
I watched you today. I saw what you did to that man. Was he our enemy? A bad man? Everyone keeps talking about them. Enemies.
Rules mean nothing if we don't enforce them. It doesn't matter if he's good or bad. You can't steal. That's a rule.
Well, I say he was bad. Bad men killed Father and Roderick. They need someone to hurt them back. Even worse. I want a real sword. No one's afraid of wood. I'll find the men who took Roderick someday, and I'll make sure I have a real sword when I do.
Okay.
Slash and parry again.
Ten strom duší je parádní, jo. Tak jo, brácho.
Sword up. Swing left. Parry. Wrong. I didn't know dogs could hold swords.
A word?
Of course, my lord.
I have many decisions to make, and I wanted your advice. What's the state of our defenses? Are these men ready for what's coming?
This lot, ready? No, but they won't. We post anyone who can hold a spear along the parapet, up where they won't get much scrutiny, and put our meanest, nastiest looking brutes front and centre. That'll show Ramsay we're a force in our own right. You've got to project power, especially when you're weak.
Thank you, Sir Royland. I'll let you get back to training these men.
Thank you, my lord. And I'll be sure to watch out for more deserters. After today, I suspect there'll be more to come.
Ale to není všecko. Předáte. Super.
I've decided to name you as my sentinel, Sir Royland.
Thank you, my lord, but are you sure?
Ne, kurva, proč to hraje na porují, ale jo.
Yes, of course. I'm convinced you're the man for the job.
Then I accept. But you must summon the small council, my lord, to make it official.
Right. I'll tell Maester or Tengrin to do it at once.
Tak jo, takže to máme teda pobočníka, no. Řekněme, že jo, pobočníka. Kde ten Jirek?
Our provisions are rather low, my lord. I made the count again, just to be sure.
Eric said people were going to starve. Why can't we feed them?
The war has taken its toll. Even our own stores for the house are dwindling. We couldn't withstand a siege, my lord. If the Boltons or the White Hills cut us off and wait us out, we'd only last a fortnight. But there are steps we can take. In the past, we've demanded food from the small folk to replenish our stores. We can do it again, if you'd like. We've done it before in desperate times. The last long winter, my family had to give all our pigs to the house.
No, there must be something else we can do.
Well, I hope we find it soon. We won't have much room to maneuver if we don't have the option of holding fast. I can speak to the huntsmen and trappers. Perhaps they can do more. My lord.
Já, že se chovám arrogantně, jo. Já jsem ti řekl svůj názor, jako jak to je. Že prostě hrál jsem Life is Strange, tam se změnily akorát dialogy. Hrál jsem New Frontier, tam se změnil dokonce i gameplay, tak co je na tom arrogantního? Aha, já jsem tady. Počkej, s kým to mám probrat? To můžu nebo ne? Aha, nemůžu. Počkej, s kým to mám probrat? Tak s tímto? To mám probrat nebo s kým?
Duncan.
Yes, my lord.
I have much to consider and face a difficult decision.
Perhaps I can help. Your father often sought my counsel.
As Lord, I must name a sentinel.
Of course. And if I may ask, who do you favor for the role? Perhaps I can share my insight. And talking can sometimes help you make a decision.
Actually, I wanted to ask, why did you send Garrett away?
I did it for your own protection, my lord. Garrett had to go. By sending him away myself, I thought it would keep you blameless in the eyes of the White Hills. I only hope to give you an advantage.
You had your reasons, but nonetheless, you undermined my authority. I can't have that happen again.
It won't, my lord. You have my word.
Thank you, Duncan. I appreciate your advice.
I'm at your service, my lord.
Tak jako jasně, no, v těch rozhodovacích většinou máš prostě ending, protože většina prostě takových rozhodovaček prostě se na to vysere a prostě tam mrdne jenom jeden ending nebo dva, no. Takový Detroit Become Human, ten se s tím pořádně vysral, to je pořádná rozhodovací hra.
Maester?
Yes, Lord Ethan. I see you've spoken to a number of people. Are you prepared to name your sentinel?
What is it you're doing over here?
Admiring the ironwood, my lord. I studied it at the Citadel. The wood may be black, but I see gold. An entire forest of gold.
What do you mean?
It is our greatest asset, my lord. Why not give some of our ironwood to House Bolton and have them leave us be? We could ransom ourselves,
Určitě je
You
zajímá.
can hardly put a price on your own life, or the lives of those you love.
Ransom or a robbery? We may pay him now, but what's to stop him from coming back again?
Lord Ethan, the dangers of today outweigh the fears of tomorrow. My lord, are you now ready to name your sentinel?
Okay.
Yes, Maester. I'm ready.
Very well. I will convene the small council at once.
Je svého největší prdel. Kdyby ten Capek, který jsem teďka jmenoval pobočníkem, tak kdyby ho ten frajer zabil. Protože to bude bez tak nějaký Littlefinger to bude nějaká obdoba Littlefingera v té hře, protože jako nevěřím mu úplně jako no. Je na něm něco divného, prý. Obdivuju tu dřevo, nejlepší výmluva. Ty šaš. Ale
You may sit.
I believe Lord Ethan has reached his decision.
Before I name my sentinel, I must tell you. Whomever's not chosen should feel no shame. Many thought either of you would make a fine sentinel, but I have made my decision. Sir Royland de Gore, you will be my sentinel.
Gods be praised. You've done well, Lord Ethan. You won't regret this.
A poor choice, my lord. Forgive me for saying so, but it's true.
Now, sentinel, what do you have to report of Ramsay Snow?
My scouts say he's a day's ride away. We've no time to waste. He'll arrive before any of our allies could be here.
Who knows what he's capable of? We need to prepare for the worst.
There's no need to panic. We can devise a plan to deal with him.
The Boltons need our people to harvest the ironwood. Even the bastard Ramsay must understand that.
He's not coming here to negotiate. We must answer with the sword.
That's bloody suicide. You gamble with the lives of everyone within these walls.
Quiet, Tuttle. You're not the Sentinel. I knew this would happen. He cannot be trusted.
This is the small council, is it not? Lord Ethan should hear from all of us.
Let Duncan speak. I'd like to hear what he has to say. Duncan?
I'm sorry, Lord Ethan. You have chosen your sentinel. You should hear from him first.
The Bolton sigil is a flayed man. Force is the only thing they understand. Put every man who can hold a spear or crossbow on the wall, and make the bastard fill his boots with piss.
He would see it for the empty gesture that it is, and have us flayed. We must take a measured approach, my lord.
Gentlemen, please. Thank the gods Mira has asked Lady Marjorie for her help. It's not too late for the Crown to intervene on our behalf, but we must have a plan if Mira's efforts are not successful. I trust Mira's judgment. I don't doubt she did everything within her power to help us.
Mother, what do you recommend we do?
We must give him whatever he wants and be done with it. It's too dangerous to do otherwise.
Why not make an offering for peace, my lord?
Yeah, the wisdom of the Citadel.
We can give the Boltons ironwood in exchange for their protection.
You must be mad. It's pure folly to just give away the only currency we have to bargain with.
Enough!
Jak si mám tady kurva rozhodnout? By the way, Johnovi čau. Hitman máš tady konkurenci. Ty vole. Budem diplomatičtí. Počkej, budem smlouvat. Že bychom mu dali dřevo, jo? Fuck it. Budem diplomatičtí. Možná. Budem bojovat, no nevím, kurňa. Ty vole, to je zas kurva rozhodnutí tohleto. Smlouvat, to můžu smlouvat do hajzlu. Diplomacie by nebyla možná až tak špatná, ale ten si sem zase určitě vyrazí nějaký diplomatický sračky. Já bych dal taky bojovat, hej. Jo, bojujem. Stejně tomu Ramseymu jsem chtěl hned tyhle bodnout nějak oštěp do prdele, takže bojovat.
My sentinel is skilled in the ways of war. Our forces may not be at full strength, but our men are willing to take on this fight. I think Ramsay Snow will see that too.
They may be willing.
Tak, vole, nebýt mrtvů,
My lord, casting aside diplomacy means giving up our best chance to come through this safely.
Ethan has made his opinion known, and you will respect his decision.
Forgive us, my lord. We are, of course, here to serve you, as we served your father.
Aye.
Well then, let's decide how we shall set the stage for Ramsay's arrival.
You meet him at the gate with as much force as we can muster. Make him wait. Let him gaze upon Ironwrath. And when he enters, he'll know it's only because you allowed it.
We don't have enough soldiers to strike fear in a madman like Ramsay Snow. Invite him into this hall and meet him face to face, lord to lord.
Lord Ethan?
Nenechám Ramsey čekat před bránou, to je píčovina, ten bude mít hodně lidí. Ve velkém sále to by to mohlo zredukovat, protože se tam ty lidi nevezmu, takže ve velkém sále.
I will meet him in the great hall.
It's careless. Can't you see Tuttle is steering you wrong?
I've faithfully served this house for far too long to sit here and listen to this. Forgive me, my lord, but you are far too young to be the lord of this house. You're likely to get us all killed.
Not another word.
I'd hoped for better from you, my lord.
Apologies, my son. I had expected better of him. But now that it is settled, we know what we must do. You will meet Ramsay Snow in the Great Hall, and we will not offer our ironwood.
No matter what, I will stand beside you, my lord, where your sentinel belongs.
Then perhaps we should adjourn. We have to prepare the house. There will always be those who question your leadership, which is why you need allies you can rely on. Family. Mira has done everything she can in King's Landing, but there are others who can help us. What about your brother, Asher?
Malcolm told me. You want to bring him back?
He's a skilled fighter. But what's more, he has the will to fight. A hunger for it. He always protected you and your sister. And we need all the help we can get.
Why would you bring him back after you exiled him?
He exiled himself. He has no desire to rule. Asher is volatile, but that is his strength too. Do you remember the miller's boy? How he tormented you? I wanted to intervene, but your father said Ethan must fight his own battles. But when Asher saw it, he didn't take a breath. He grabbed the miller's boy by the neck. That was his first instinct. Asher knocked out half the poor boy's teeth. Of course, your father was furious, but you were in danger and there was nothing else Asher needed to know. Asher does not hesitate. He acts, and we need that. You have many fine qualities, but you do not have that anger inside you.
I'm not like that, but I don't need to be, do I?
No, but you need someone who is standing beside you. I'm trying to do what's best for this family. What this family needs. Ethan, let me send Malcolm to Essos.
Yep.
Fine. Malcolm will go to Essos and bring Asher back.
Co měl s tím pískem dolním?
Thank you, Ethan. I'm glad you will let me do this. Know that you never stand alone. You are a Forester. Mira stands with us, and she may be able to help us yet.
Ne, já si potom šel rovněž tak, ne, asi. Přesně. Jste nevykrnopotnu. No, bez tak by to řekl. Kurva, už ale. Co to tady máme? Co je? Držu záhadný klíč. Cože? No tak to jsme teda. Jo, já ji beru. To se bude určitě hodit. A klíč, no to teda nevím jako. Klíč asi to asi ne, to by určitě přišla na to.
Oh. Lady Marjorie is still with the king. I thought you might want to know. Thank you. I thought we were friends, Mira. When you dismissed me the other day, I won't say it didn't hurt my feelings. We've known each other for years, and yet to be treated like that.
I'm sorry, Sarah. You shouldn't take it personally.
Well, I did. I thought there was trust between us. Friends don't hold secrets from one another. Now Lady Marjorie thinks you don't trust me, and she values your opinion very much.
Sarah,
My lady, I'll leave you to talk.
Tak co, nevypadá to nadšeně.
The king was not inclined to offer help for your family. I'll need this mended.
Gods.
He said I was too easily swayed, and he reminded me that I am not yet his wife. I allayed his fear, for now, but it will be a long time before I can ask him for anything again. Nothing I said could cheer him. He wouldn't even speak to me when I left him.
What can I do to make this better, my lady?
There's nothing you can do, Mira.
Understand, it was my mother's plan, not mine. I just hope you can find some way to forgive me.
This is simply not how things are done, Mira. Not in King's Landing.
I'm sorry, my lady.
Soon I will be queen, and maybe then I'll be in a better position to help you. But for now, we must both be cautious.
I must send a raven. I have to warn my family. If you'll excuse me, my lady.
Milady.
Tak, we did.
Begging your pardon, milady. I hope I didn't frighten you.
Sorry, I can't talk now.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to disturb you. I just want you to know, I can help you if you'd like. And your family, if you're willing to trust me. I hear all sorts of things. Things that could be useful for you.
How can I trust you? There are spies everywhere in King's Landing.
Which is why you must trust me, milady. You need allies.
I'm sorry. I really must go.
Please don't despair. I know people who... People who'd be willing to help you.
Ty jo, nevím, mám mu věřit, nemám mu věřit. Já nevím, jak mu vypadá přesně jako toho dětka ptáček, víš co, tak. Mí ptáčci. A tohle vypadá přesně jako jeden z nich, tak nevím, no, co si o tom myslet, jako. Nemůžu to nikomu věřit, jako v King's Landings.
Where the bloody hell is Duncan?
Oh shit.
Fuck him if he's angry. We'll do without him. And without King's Landing. I know you'd hoped Mira could help us, but I'm confident we've enough strength of our own. Your men are ready to act if needed.
Sir Royland, I trust you'll keep a level head.
Of course, my lord. But the bastard of Bolton can't be trusted to do the same.
Ah, yeah.
Isn't this a lovely pile of timber? Not the place I'd want to be if there was a fire.
Ironwood is near impervious to flame, my lord.
Is it?
May I introduce Lord Ramsay of House Bolton, son of Roose Bolton. Although a bastard, Lord Ramsay has the full authority.
Thank you, Lord. That's enough. Who is this little boy? Is he lost?
Lord Ramsay, welcome to Ironrath.
Aren't you the little lord? Lord Whitehall told me you were young. This. Look at you.
A token for the new Warden of the North.
Let me guess. Forrester Ironwood.
Carved by our most skilled craftsmen.
Ironwood. Doesn't look like much.
Your father will appreciate it, I hope. Our ironwood is highly sought after.
My father is not so easily impressed. Not bad. Lord Whitehill, can your lot do this?
Given enough time, we could learn.
Given enough time, you could do a great many things. But not this, apparently. Look at that. More foresters.
Lord Ramsay?
Come out where I can see you.
Force him to focus on the business at hand.
Lord Ramsay, I understand you've come here for assurance of our fealty.
Fuck fealty. We came here for justice.
We'll get to your justice. First, let's see you bend the knee to my father, Lord Bolton, Warden of the North. Words are wind. Anyone can say they're loyal. I want you to show me.
I only kneel to the king.
Is not the Warden also deserving of your respect? But then, I am not my father. Perhaps that is what you meant to say.
You see? He's a fucking traitor, just like his father and brother.
Here's the thing. I don't care about your loyalty. The Crown, however, wants what you've got. Whatever you've been supplying the Starks for centuries. Ships, shields, chamber pots. I expect you'll do the same for us. My father has promised as much to the king. You wouldn't want to make him a liar, would you? That wouldn't reflect well on me.
You needn't worry. Your father will have what he needs.
That's a good little lord.
You can't trust her, Forrester. They murdered our men.
It was a Forrester squire who did it. One Whitehill soldier dead. One Bolton. Yet your man lived.
Lord Whitehill is a liar. That's not how it happened.
Lad? A liar? He's a Whitehill. Then you welcomed me into your hall like a proper lord, hoping I wouldn't linger outside long enough to notice your pathetic little army. That sort of insolence from one of our loyal bannermen will not do.
Kurva. Jo, hraju dlouho.
So I've come up with a solution that will benefit everyone. The Whitehills will be taking control of your Ironwood from this day forward.
What?
The Ironwood. But
The Whitehills are nothing more than up-jump thieves.
You can't do that.
Why not? You know something the Whitehills don't? We are talking about trees. You grow them, you cut them down.
The White Hills had Ironwood once, but now those hills are bare.
Hence the name, of course.
They know nothing of how to cultivate the forest.
Look at their sigil, my lord. A barren hill.
Do you want Ironwood for the next 5 years, or the next 50 generations?
The little lord does have a point. We'll try this. Lord Whitehill will take half of your Ironwood, and we'll see who fares better.
But my lord...
Half of something is better than the nothing you had before. To ensure there's no trouble, Lord Whitehill will install a garrison of 20 men within your walls.
at Ironrath, that we cannot abide. Ethan.
They'll help maintain the king's peace. And make sure there's no more trouble.
This will cause more trouble, not less.
Not for me. You have a man you trust?
My son, Griff.
Griff will lead the garrison.
The seven hells he will.
Lads, do make this visit worthwhile.
Please, Sir Royland, don't.
Look at this little forest. You're not frightened, are you?
Stačí, by jeden člověk zkuší ty velký konec.
Are you Lord Ethan's older sister?
I'm his twin, my lord.
Ah, twins. Well, like the Queen and her brother. Well, hopefully not just like the Queen and her brother. I never had a sister. Always wanted one.
We have more to discuss, Lord Snow.
I have an idea. You'll come with me.
Kokot jeden.
Be my highborn ward.
Lord Ramsay, that's enough.
Do you like hunting?
To je píčus.
She's quite pretty, your sister. We'd get along well. I suppose you can stay. Aren't you the bold lord?
Ty píču.
What have you done?
Co to je v prdeli? No, dobře v prdeli, no.
Far too much trouble.
Ethan!
My lord!
Tak tomu říkám být v píči.
I think we've come to an
Okay.
I certainly feel better about all this. However, the foresters need to keep their end of the bargain.
Stop!
Take the boy as your ward.
No!
Kill
Jako
him
zástavu.
if they give you any trouble.
To je píča.
Lovely meeting all of you. We'll have
Kokot
to do it
je
again
snělý.
sometime.
Somebody help him.
Fetch the maester quickly!
You brought this on yourself.
Co?
Stop!
Jenom kvůli tomu, že jsem nepoklidil pistole s tím bastardem, jo?
Ryan, please!
No!
Ryan! Do something!
Ethan? My son.
No tak to je v prdeli. Tak to jsem dobře dosral, no. Kurva. Co jsem to... Až příběh právě začal. Skončil. No tak to je pěkně v prdeli.
Ethan sacrificed himself for us all. He saved Talia's life. He'll be remembered as Ethan the Brave.
This house needs a leader. Lord Ethan named me Sentinel. I will lead this house.
My sister asked you to swear loyalty to her son, and you did it without flinching.
We can't let them hurt Ryan too. We have to stop them.
We do not stand alone. There are those who will fight.
Já si klasický botovský styl ruku moci.
House Forrester above all other loyalties.
Hele, sní.
Those who will not stop until Ethan is avenged. Until Ryan is home again. Our house will not fall. We will be ready.
Nothing comes without a cost, my lady. Are you prepared for what might happen?
Jo, on by stejně umřel, jo? OK. Epizoda první. Sorry, tak to bylo hustý. You left Bowen behind. Charlotte will take the king. Freed Eric. Fakt jo. Pick the Ryland, the Sentinel. Yeah, meet Ramsey in the Great Hall. No kurva. Tak to je zakra zajímavý, hej. Jako po piči, musím říct, že tyhle soundtracky tam vybíraný absolutně krásně. Nejvíce mi líbil Tyrion Lannister, který je prostě, který nemůže nebejt dobrý prostě, protože je to prostě skurvený skřet a prostě to je takový zmrt vyjebanej vychcanej, že prostě toho miluju v seriálu tak i tady, protože ten je prostě dobrý, hej. A doufám, že ho uvidím znova a bude s ním pořádně něco rozjetýho. Tam šlo o to, jak si ho budou pamatovat. No tak díky za spoiler, no nevermind. Každopádně tohle byla úplně první epizoda hry Game of Thrones a zítra samozřejmě dáme další epizodku. A nejspíš 2. Pstruchu ve věžík, what? Telltale SRO. Mimochodem ty dabaři výborný. A akorát Cersei, nebo Cersei, jak se česky říká, teďka nevím, jestli to je Cersei. Další epizodu ne, já už bych to nedal. Že já už jsem ochrápaný, už mi bolí oči jak svině dneska. Vypadáš jako Kingsman v té mě. Ty vole, ten Ramsey, to je zmrt, doufám. Jako nezasahuje to do primárního příběhu toho Game of Thrones, jo, takže asi jo, je to spoiler. Takže asi ho tady chcípet neuvidíme, Ramseyho Boltona. Ale jako můžeme mu dát aspoň přes píču snad, no. Fakt jo. Aha, já jsem zrovna koukal na tu obrazovku, tak já jsem to neviděl, ten jsme. Že tam psali, že se budu pamatovat. Aha, sorry, já to neviděl. Jo, takže takže zítra dáme další epizodu. Respektive dost možná 2 epizody. Classic Bolton, prostě jo, no. Mrtv prostě. Jo, registrace, no shit. Tak jo. Takže tohle to bude úplně všechno. Já děkuju, že jste koukali na ten livestream, a.k.a. záznam, protože ten gameplay je formou záznamu z livestreamu. Takže pokud se ti tohle video líbilo a chceš samozřejmě další, tak dej like, komentuj tohle, jak se ti to líbí, na rozdíl od seriálu, nebo od New Frontier, když už jsme u těch telltaleů. A jsem zvědavý, co se bude dít v druhé epizodě, jako... No, já jsem úplně zbavený slov, protože to je jako hrát přímo Game of Thrones, to je popíčovka. Tak jo, tohle to budou úplně všechno a díky, že jste se koukali a u dalšího dílu se na tebe budu těšit. Tak se mi krásně, už si krásně zbytek dne a zatím čau.